guys, welcome to day 11 of Holiday Hodgepodge. In this video, we are going to be making my favorite cookie, the Snookerdoodle. So for this first part, you will need sugar, eggs, Crisco or vegetable shortening, and butter. So you need half a cup of vegetable shortening or Crisco for this. Just do the best as you can to get it out. And you will also need half a cup of butter, which is basically a stick of butter like so. And if you want a more soft cookie, because this makes a very crisp cookie, substitute the vegetable shortening or the Crisco for another half cup of butter. It will make a more doughy, chewy cookie. So now we just put in 2 eggs. Make sure not to get any shell inside the bowl. And there goes egg number 2. And make sure you wash your hands after handling those eggs. You don't want to cross-contaminate and make yourself sick. So now we take 1.5 cups of sugar and just pour that into the bowl. And we will mix this. You can do this in a stand mixer or a hand mixer. If you want, you can even do it by hand, but it'll just take longer. So this is just what you're basically creaming the sugar and butter mixture together, and you'll just do that until it is smooth. Just another picture showing you how it's supposed to look. Okay. Now for the dry ingredients, you need all-purpose flour, salt, cream of tartar, and baking soda. You need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Just table salt is fine. And you'll need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Be sure not to mix this up with baking powder because it is something completely different. And then you will need 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Add to this 2 3/4 cup of flour. 2 3/4. Now just mix the dry ingredients together just to combine them to make it a little easier once it goes in the mixer. Now put about half or a third of the dry ingredients into the wet mixture. You're going to do it slowly because you don't want to make a mess, and it just combines easier if you do it in steps. So once this looks really mixed up, you can start and put the second batch or third or whatever you're going to do it. So make sure that when you stop, if you're using a stand mixer, that you stop it in the right direction so that you can put stuff in there. That was what that was about. And I decided just to try and put all of the rest of it in because I'm impatient. And that is why you don't do that at a high speed and put too much in. As you can see, it is now all over me and my countertop. So slow, be patient. Okay, now combine that until it is completely mixed. Make sure if you need to scrape the sides. You may have to stop and scrape the sides. I have a paddle that has the little rubber side on it, so it scrapes the sides for me. Okay, and now just scrape all the dough off of the paddle or your beaters as much as you can. Okay, now you're going to take some saran wrap or plastic wrap, whatever it's called. I always say saran even though that's a brand. And you're going to take your dough and put it all onto the saran wrap. If you have to, use a spatula, a rubber spatula, to scrape the sides. And then just cover it up completely. And then you're going to place this in the refrigerator for 2 hours or overnight. Or if you're in a time crunch, you can put it in the freezer for about an hour. But just don't forget about it in there. Now set or preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the coating, you're going to need sugar and cinnamon. So you're going to take about 1/4 cup of sugar and about 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. It does not have to be exact because this is a coating, so if you like it really cinnamony, then you can add more cinnamon. If you don't like as much cinnamon, go ahead and put a little bit less. But make sure that you mix this well and combine it as best as you can. Now you're going to take your chilled dough and start rolling your cookies. So take about a 1.5 inch ball. For me, it's a palm size. I know exactly how to do it because I've been doing it for years and years. And you just roll it into a ball and then roll it into your cinnamon sugar mixture and place it onto your cookie sheet. And you will do this until you have filled your cookie sheet. Like I said, I have been doing this forever, and my first job I can remember when I was making cookies every Christmas was to roll the Snookerdoodles in the cinnamon sugar. So I can literally do this by feel. If you want a larger cookie, go ahead and make a larger cookie. If you want a smaller cookie, then you can make a smaller cookie. It's just your cooking time will vary. And I like to space my cookies like the 2 and then 1 just because there's less chance of them running into each other. And I don't use one clean hand because it kind of makes it get some of the mixture into the dough. And I accidentally burnt my first batch, so don't do that. So after you have baked your cookies for 8 to 10 minutes, just keep an eye on them. Go ahead and place them on a cooling rack. And I want to tell you guys that if you have a Silpat or parchment paper, it will work much better to cook it on that than straight on the pan or the cookie sheet, because they have a tendency to burn that way. As you can see, this is my first batch and I was off doing something else and forgot about them. Suddenly smelt burning and wondered why. So if you want the recipe, I have it on my blog and I will put it on link below and you can get the full recipe there. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I'm sitting here outside cooking in the cold, roasting peppers, and Tigger's all snuggly wuggly under the table. Not fair.